Bigfoot. Also known as Sasquatch, this ape-like creature is reported to have been seen in the Pacific Northwest region of America. Although the indigenous population of the area have told of wild men in the folklore for hundreds of years, many scientists believe Bigfoot to be purely a hoax perpetuated by locals. On the other hand, there has been some evidence in support of the cryptid actually being real. Most famously, in 1967, two men claimed to have captured a specimen on video. This footage can be widely viewed and is known as the Patterson-Gimlin film. This was proof plenty for believers. However, detractors of the creature's existence claim it is purely a man in an ape suit. The subject of a 2007 photograph taken by a motion-triggered camera attached to a tree was also dismissed as not Bigfoot by the state's Game Commission, who declared the animal seen is probably a bear with mange. The Loveland Frog. This modern-day legend hails from Ohio and has been spotted on a number of occasions. Witnesses say the creature is 4 feet tall and takes the form of a frog, but with the face of a human. Perhaps inhabiting the nearby Little Miami River, the frog, also sometimes referred to as the Loveland lizard, is surely a disturbing sight. Mothman. Between 1966 and 1967, a huge man-like creature, but with the wings of a moth, was seen by a number of witnesses in the Point Pleasant area of West Virginia. It was speculated in John Keel's 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies, that the creature was part of a host of other supernatural events in the area at the time. The sightings were, of course, played down by the county sheriff, who suggested people might have seen a rather large heron and become confused. The Beast of Bodmin. After farmers in Cornwall discovered their livestock mutilated, a number of theories were put forward. One that quickly rose in popularity was that an escaped wildcat may have been hunting for prey. Despite this explanation being rejected by scientists due to their belief that larger species of cat could not survive outdoors throughout England's cold winters, the theory had gained a strong foothold, and the legend was born. The beast is just one example of what are called phantom cats or alien big cats, essentially species believed to be living in the area to which they are not native. The legend of the Beast of Bodmin gained such notoriety that the United Kingdom Ministry of Agriculture conducted an official investigation in 1995, and although they could not prove the cat's existence, they stated explicitly that it was a possibility. Melonheads. In Michigan, Ohio, and Connecticut, in recent years people have spoken, in hushed voices, of the melonheads, or wobbleheads, humanoids with bulbous heads who, when they cannot secretly forage enough food for sustenance, emerge from their hiding places to attack locals. Some say the melonheads are people on whom terrible experiments were conducted, who, after slaying their captor, now lead a feral existence, whereas others believe their terrifying appearance is due to generations of cannibalism. The legend of these creatures became so well known that a film about them was made. The Hodag. In 1893, local newspapers in Wisconsin published a photograph of what appeared to be a gruesome creature with the head of a frog, on which sat the face of an elephant, supported by thick legs at the end of which were huge claws. The beast had the back of a dinosaur and a tail which sported spears at its end. Although the man who began the expedition to capture this strange animal, called a Hodag, eventually admitted its existence was a hoax, some have speculated he only did this to protect the remaining members of the species, who live on to this very day. The Loch Ness Monster. One of the world's most famous cryptids, this beast inhabits Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands, loch being the Scottish word for a lake or sea inlet.